Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Business Podcast, your source for all things business. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, today I have Garbriel Cousens on the line, and he's founder and director over at Tree of Life Foundation. Garbriel, welcome to the show.
Well, I'm happy to be on it with you, Adam.
So today I'm excited to get into a couple of things with you. So I want to get into what you're doing over at Tree of Life Foundation, and then we're also going to talk about clarity of mind. I mean, there's a lot of business owners, entrepreneurs, executives listening, and I think that's one of the things that we all strive for. So just to kick us off, tell us a little bit more about what you're doing over at Tree of Life Foundation, please.
So I have a holistic medical and psychiatric practice, couple therapy, family therapy, but I have over 100 humanitarian programs all over in 26 countries around the world. Our main focus is prevention of type 2 diabetes. I've done research to show actually type 2 diabetes, contrary to unhealable, is actually curable, and I'm talking 61% who are insulin dependent and 24% who are insulin dependent in 3 weeks. Okay, so that's a lot of my work, but it's all over the world where I'm doing these prevention programs. That's what the Tree of Life Foundation is doing, as well as educating people on multiple levels. Right now we're doing a lot on the COVID-19, since that's the big topic right now, and how to get people in optimal health. I share like a holistic approach. So my chronological age is 77. So last week, several times I did 700 push-ups. How did that happen? Well, as compared to a 20-year-old, I could do 61 push-ups as the captain of an undefeated Amherst College football team, at that point ranked number one college in the United States, and also inducted in the National Football Hall of Fame. So I'm coming from a place of high-level performance, name of the game. And when you say mission matters, we've also looked at longevity. We know that when people have a mission, they actually live longer. And so people have this idea about hardworking businessman getting worn out. It's just the opposite. The hardworking businessman or woman who has a mission actually lives longer, up to 5 years longer. So I'm kind of looking at how do we become, I'm going to call it the holistic business athlete as a metaphor there. So that's kind of what I've been doing around the world.
So Garbriel, a lot of business owners, a lot of entrepreneurs listening. Let's get right into it. So optimum clarity of mind. I mean, where do people struggle with this, and what kind of things can they do to kind of enhance their overall clarity?
So let's start with really in the 30s, people's mental functioning tends to go down, and literally your brain shrinks 1% per year. So one of the things that we want to do is reverse that serious process. So first, people actually have to hydrate. A lot of times, as a businessman, you don't have time to drink water or healthy water. I mean, that sounds silly, but
man, you just got me, Garbriel. You just got me. As soon as you said that, I looked to my left and I'm like, "Where's my water?" No, he got me. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You just got me. I didn't hydrate today. Jeez.
We have to hydrate. Literally, if we aren't adequately hydrated, even 2% than optimum, our brain function goes down. So simple. Keep high-level hydration. How do you know that? You should be urinating at least every 2 hours. Minimum every 2 hours. It's a simple way. You don't have to count things. People have different body types. So that's good. We also know that exercise, well, I mentioned the push-ups. I was making a point, okay? That includes 80 pull-ups a day, every few days too. What's the point? When you exercise, not only do you increase blood flow to the brain, but you actually improve brain function. That's been shown again and again and again. So exercise, aerobic exercise, particularly these days, and breathing exercises, walking fast. You don't have to be a jockey. You don't have to go to the gym. You just have to walk 20, 30 minutes, like 4 times a week to get what I'm talking about. So that's important. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but when you meditate, and I mean that seriously, and I'm happy to teach it. I actually taught meditation to bank presidents and vice presidents in various banks, so it's not new to me. My experience is, when I'm talking about bank presidents, vice presidents, they're really quite good at getting it pretty quickly, okay? And I know your audience is pretty sharp, so it's not that hard. We're not going to do that today, but what's the point? It actually grows your brain. Studies at Harvard show it actually increases the size of your brain, particularly the memory centers. Remember what we're talking about, memory, clarity of mind, and clarity of mind centers, and shrinks the emotional centers. So it's like, wow, just by meditating I can do that. And then other research shows, been around since 1973, that people who meditate for 5 to 7 years actually have a physiology 15 years younger. So not only do you literally increase the size of your brain, according to the Harvard research, but your overall physiology is younger. Now, guess what? That's going to make you clearer and sharper. Now, I do a lot of work. One of my specialties is rebuilding the broken brain. So I do a whole lot of work helping people, get the right supplements to build their brain. Now, that's a longer discussion. I do have whole person healing. People can reach me at drcousens.com. Easy. That's a workup, because you want optimal, you got to put some time in. But I'm giving you an overview today. There are lots of supplements that improve brain function, clarity, second point, and memory. But we're talking about breathing exercise, we're talking about general exercise, we're talking about meditation. They're really important. And mission, just like you said, mission matters. It actually does matter. I'm not joking. It really matters. So that's kind of a broader picture. Now, I will tell you in 3 weeks when I'm working with diabetics, because that's a huge problem in our world, 27% of people over 65 actually have type 2 diabetes. And a whole lot more, literally about 116 million people in this country have pre-diabetes, diabetes. Like 81 million people have pre-diabetes. So what does that mean? It actually decreases brain function. You can't get insulin into the brain. You can't get glucose with the insulin into the brain to feed your memory centers and your clarity centers and your frontal lobes. It means a lot. So what I see when I'm working with people with type 2 diabetes and pre-diabetes is in 3 weeks, when I rate it from 1 to 10, people go like 3 and 4, not so clear when we start, up to 8, 9, and 10 at the end of 3 weeks. So we really have to kind of like, oh my goodness, we need to control blood sugar, and we actually need to see if we have pre-diabetes or diabetes. It actually is a big player in the whole thing. In terms of clarity of mind, in 3 weeks, we get very significant increase in clarity of mind and memory. So those are just some of the ideas.
So Gabriel,
that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
I love it. And so, Gabriel, I know you also have I know we only scratched the surface today on your work and what you're doing. So 2 things to close us out. Number 1, how do people, I know you have a newsletter that you produce. Number 1, how do people get your newsletter? And number 2, what's the best way for them to follow you overall?
Okay, so the newsletter, which right now is focusing a little bit on the COVID-19 because we can prevent it, just go to drcousens.com. That's it. That's all they have to do. And you can sign up for the newsletter. There's no cost. You just sign up. And at this point, I'm putting it out every week or 2, looking at all the issues and things. So that's the straightforward, easy, drcousens.com, done. Okay?
Awesome.
So,
fantastic. So, Gabriel, I really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about your background. And I'll tell you, frankly, you just now gave me a list of things that it's one of those things. I fell off the wagon. I haven't been hydrated. I've been falling off my meditation practice. I know that you're put in my life today, and we were supposed to have this conversation. Why? Because you just redirected me. I know there's a lot of people right now listening to this show right now also that are in my same boat. I'm not the only one who forgot to drink their water this morning, so don't judge me, listeners. I know it. But that being said, again, Gabriel, thanks for coming on the show. And to the listeners,
you're welcome. And may you be blessed that instead of your brain shrinking,
I don't want to.
Memory and clarity of mind continues to increase.
I love it. Well, hey, thanks again. And to the audience, thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget, subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Business, definitely give us a subscribe there and leave us some comments on the video. I mean, love to know what kind of projects and things you're working on. And Gabriel, thanks again for coming on.